Okay, this is W3OY, and I'm doing my final video here on the Lockmaster Jackknife Moki Edition. This is basically my wrap-up. I've used it for about a week now, and just wanted to give my overview of how it is. It is 33 euros and 53 cents, or 36 US dollars 42 cents, or for the guys up in the north, 49 Canadian dollars and 65 cents. So it is all made from 301 high yield stainless steel in 0.5 millimeters, so that is 19.5 thousandths. I checked them all, and they are all perfectly that gauge. The body is ABS plastic, so it's pretty strong. The lock mechanism here, I was a little concerned when I got it that I thought that it might be the ABS plastic too, but it is not. It is also steel, so it is steel on steel for the locking mechanism. Comes with a bottom of keyway and a top of keyway turner. And the profiles, it comes with the triple peak here, the TPR05, the quad peak, which is the LQR05. It also comes with the flat here, which is the HF1X05. That's the extra wide version. It also comes with the HP305. That's the pointed here. That's pretty much like a thin, or a from Sparrows, they're Euro hooks. And then there are the three hooks. There's the HR105, the HR205, and the HR405. So there are three rounded hooks: the number 1, the number 2, and the number 4. And the HD105, the half diamond. So what are my thoughts on this? What's the good? First, it's 0.5 millimeters, the 19.5 thousandths, which is pretty much in the butter zone for picking. It's not as beefy and thick as the 25, where you can get into more keyways, and it's not as thin and flimsy as the 15 thousandths, so it's pretty much right there in the middle where you want to be. There are lots of profiles, so there's lots of different profiles to choose from. I was able to open literally every pin tumbler lock, any standard straight pin tumbler lock that I have, pretty much. There's one that I wasn't able to get into, but I'll explain more about that later. Now, for these tension wrenches here, I thought that I needed more tensioners, and I started carrying the Slim Pickings 4 tensioners with it. And because I wasn't able to do some of the ones with the deeper recessed top of keyway because of this here, it's pretty shallow. Now, that was on me because I was mistaken about that. Things with recessed keyways, I was able to switch to the deeper tensioner and either tension with my finger or with my thumb, and I was able to get every American lock, every Brinks that has recessed keyways like this, everything that I had that had the recessed, my Backlock 98 Pros, I was able to get them all using this tensioner, so I did not need those at all, and that was my mistake. The picks are well finished and polished, no sharp anywhere. I mean, they are absolutely beautiful. The only problem that I had was with these rounds, and I think that I'm just getting used to them. I had a couple times where I was slipping off some pins, and that's definitely on me. That's my lack of skill, I guess, what I would say. And they're all 301 high yield stainless steel. It's the best you can buy. The only other jackknife that has 301 high yield is the Swick, and that is way more expensive, like over double. And they're not nearly this nice, so this is pretty fantastic. Now, what are the downsides? Well, I didn't actually find that much that I didn't like about it. The one thing that I did notice is as I was using it, and I would close the profiles back up and close them up, open and close and open and close, that this actually tightened and got tighter to the point where it was like, crap, I can't hardly get them open. So occasionally I would have to loosen it up a little bit, which is definitely not the worst problem to have. I would rather have it get tighter than get looser. So just keep an eye out for that if you do buy one of these. Now, I was not able to pick any of my Medico locks with just this. I was able to pick it because I normally use a flat hook for setting and a gem or a thin possibly to do the pin rotations. Now, I was able to open actually this Medico here. It's just a biaxial. I was able to open it using this flat hook and the thin in the jackknife, and I was also able to open it using the flat hook in the jackknife and the gem. But changing picks in the middle of picking one of these, it just was not happening. So that is pretty much the only problem that I had there. Now, some people pick with a single round pick and rotate with that and are able to set the pins with that. I definitely could not do that with these highly polished pins because like I said earlier, they're super highly polished and would definitely just slip right off those chisel tips. So my wrap up on this thing, it is a great tool. It is worth every penny that I spent on it. It is very reasonably priced. Like I said, 33.5 euros or 36.5 US dollars, about $50 Canadian. Great deal. Compared to my Covert Instruments Slim Pickens at $55, this is actually definitely worth it. Now, I will continue to carry the Slim Pickens turners with me with this because you can never have too many tensioners. One thing I actually wanted to show, I did not think that I would be able to float pick with this thing, but I actually was able to get the tension worked out with this jackknife only. Now, it was a little weird to get used to at first because normally I put them in to where I squeeze the two together. Put it right here, where I squeeze the two tensioners together and float pick. But this one, I have the downward tension on the bottom and the upward tension on the top. Now I was just able to put my finger here and you were able to control tension perfectly to float pick using just the tensioners and the jackknife, which I thought was very cool. Now, one other thing that I thought was great about this is I have a particular Medico here. I'm not able to get it open, of course, but I always have trouble with tension on this. This is actually the Moki 2mm tensioner. Actually fits in the top of the keyway here, but there is slop in it. And funny thing is this top of keyway tensioner here, actually, because it is 111 thou wide, you can actually tension with this fantastically. I mean, it is perfect. So actually I'm going to use this tensioner whenever I keep trying this, and maybe eventually I'll get it open. It's an M3 variant, much more difficult than this one here. So now another thing, and the last thing actually, it does cost 20 euros for the shipping from Moki to get these in. Now, it seems like a lot. It's $20 for shipping to the US, or 20 euros for shipping to the US, which works out to be about $21.70 in US dollars, or $29.60 in Canadian dollars. and it's about 16 euros for all across Europe, or 6.90 if you are in Germany. So that being said, it's not that bad if you add other stuff with it. So I had the jackknife, and then I ordered a handful, six hooks I think, and the handles, and then the turners. So the $20 or 20 euro delivery fee, it didn't sting as much because I had a bigger order. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this shows anybody who's interested in buying these. I would definitely suggest it, and have a wonderful day. Pick all the locks. Bye.